very, very warm welcome to everybody tuning in today to the Horsfall Stadium as we host Lynn Town, recently relegated from the Conference National. Avenue setting out in all green, white shorts, white socks. Lynn in their, I believe, home jersey here today. Avenue faithful, very loud behind the goal, as we're all very happy to see football back. And away we go, Lynn with the kick-off, shooting left to right, goes long in towards their big number 9, Gold Amatoyo today. No threat. It is a throw-in to Lynn, deep in the Avenue half, right by the corner flag on the far side. Looks for options, back towards his own goal. He's hoofed in deep towards Sykes Kenworthy, who jumps up very calmly to collect the ball, who makes the clearance. Lynn back in possession now. Spencer dispossesses Lynn well, and he looks to get Church on the way down into the channel. It's a very good challenge by the Lynn centre half. Already looking like the counter-attacking approach to get Church in behind is going to be the area of attack for Avenue. Spencer gets up well, wins the header, comes back to him, and it is Spencer, strikes well, oh, and it's just wide of Paul Jones's goal for Lynn. Very close to the bottom far-hand corner for Avenue. Extremely good moment. Ball broke well for Spencer on the edge of the Lynn box. Spencer took a touch, took it out of his feet, struck right-footed across from right to left, just missed the far post. For Lynn, down the line, it's defended by Haven. Lynn keep possession here with Denton now on the far side. Looking to whip the ball in quickly, it is dinked in. Sykes Kenworthy jumps well and claims the ball for Avenue once again. Church, Haven, Lund all wanting to get on it. Fielding floats it towards the back post. Denton gets there. He had to deal with it. It may have gone all the way out, but Denton felt like he had to deal with it. Flicked it out for a throw-in, which Dunstan will take on the far side, some 5 yards away from the corner flag. Dunstan looking for options. He's got Hopper close. Instead goes inside to Hopper. Hopper now flicks inside once again. Looks to get Richmond in on the ball, but it does break for Avenue. It's bouncing about. Church with his back to goal. Does play it back towards the edge of the box with Spencer. Spencer chips it in, and it comes out to fielding. Lynn struggling to get the ball away at the moment. Struggling to get the ball to any sort of safety. It goes into Johnson. Johnson, unfortunately, had just drifted offside. Did look like the ball was going to break for an Avenue strike on goal there. With Clunan now with the strike. Does go for goal, and it's some 5 yards over the bar. No threat real for Sykes Kenworthy. They did scamper across ever so slightly, but no real worry for the Avenue number 1. Church has done well. He has blocked the clearance by Crowther. Church now running into the channel. He's going to cross left-footed. It's in towards the box, and blocked by the cameraman, but the keeper managed to get hold of the ball. Good moments for Avenue. Down in the first place. Jones now plays it in towards Mateo up front, who flicks it on, and Sykes Kenworthy will claim. Johnson manages to get control of the ball, and it breaks now for Hopper. Hopper turns back inside, gives it left-footed to Maruza. Maruza cuts out on his left foot, does find a delivery in towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared away well by Lynn. Ahead of Church, just coming in behind Crowther and Coulson. Gives it to Haven, and Haven looks into the channel where Ollie Johnson is going to challenge. Crowther gets there first, but Johnson manages to judge the flight of the ball well and gives it into Hopper, who again finds himself on the left hand side, skips away from his man, crosses in towards the box, and it's cleared away well by Lynn once again. I would tell you, we'll hope to hold the ball well. He does extremely well to manage to get it out to Scott on the Lynn left. And Lucas Dunstan once again doing a sound job defensively, manages to get it all the way back to Sykes Kenworthy for Avenue. Avenue half comes all the way across to Jones. Jones gets his head up and looks to float it in towards Omateo. Omateo does win the first ball, and Sykes Kenworthy gets there just ahead of Ponticelli, defended well by Mitch Lund. Hopper looks to get the ball away with Johnson, plays it into Fielding, basically plays it under his feet, and they get a little bit lucky there to Avenue. Fielding with an opportunity here to break. It's played out to Maruza on the left. Maruza needs to get his head up. He does look to deliver, and it's defended well by Crowther. Maruza probably with the last action of the half here with the throw-in. Gets it back from Johnson, plays it inside to Hopper, who gives it back out wide to Johnson. Johnson sorts his feet out, looks with a little step over, looks to just get that little bit of space from his man, dinks it in towards the back post. It's too far, unfortunately, for Avenue. Fielding should keep this in, he does, and he gets his head up. He's looking to deliver, he gives it back to a Dunstan, but Richmond takes over instead. Gives it back to Fielding. Fielding plays it inside to Johnson. Gets there first. Just couldn't get control. It's dinked in by Richmond towards the back post. And Church is manhandled by his man. Referee nothing given. Goes all the way out again to Maruza. Avenue looking for just that one moment before half time. The ball did break back out, and the referee finds that opportunity to blow for half time and gives it into Maruza. Maruza cuts inside. Good turn by Maruza. Maruza keeps on going and keeps on going. Here's Hopper, plays it into Church, and it's a slide and no penalty given. It's surely got to be a corner if there's no penalty. It was Coulson, I believe, on Church, and the referee says no, we're going to have a Kings Lynn goal kick. It's an unbelievable moment, really. He's either surely won the ball or it's a foul. And it's neither for the referee, and he does give a Kings Lynn goal kick. It's more when it clearly looks as if the substitute is going to strike this. Interesting that Sykes Kenworthy chooses to go with only 2 in his wall. Barrett steps up, right-footed, strikes, bounces just in front of Sykes Kenworthy. Comfortable save for the Avenue number 1. Looks to carry out and gives it to Barrett. Barrett taking up a position just behind Omateo up front by the looks of it. It's crossing here by Jones and all the way through to Sykes Kenworthy. Clunnan looking at all times for his options. Omateo got there first. Oh, an unbelievable moment. Ponticelli getting on the end of the Omateo flick on. I cannot believe it's not resulted in a goal, as the Ponticelli struck it straight at Sykes Kenworthy. And Sykes Kenworthy very fortunate to go down and get a hold of the ball. It's a save that Lund, Dunstan and Hopper just look to keep a bit of possession here for Avenue as they look to get a bit more composure back into the game. They were extremely fortunate to not be behind after that moment. Spencer plays it into Maruza. Maruza cuts inside, goes back out on his left side. Good bit of skill by the young man. It's bouncing about in the box and it's cleared away by Kings Lynn. That they put into the box from exactly the same position, to be honest. Fielding, getting ready, referee's whistle goes. Fielding now whips it in right-footed. It's right towards the penalty spot and it's headed up, and Jones takes possession of the ball for Kings Lynn fairly comfortably. Dunstan plays it inside to Fielding. Fielding just takes a little bit too long about it. Oh, he does manage to squeeze out a ball to Maruza. It's a great ball. Maruza now needs to get his head up. Little step over it, cuts inside, does get a touch in. It's Church with his back to goal, and just as he rolled away from the defender, Crowther managed to get a foot in and just squirm it away from danger. Fielding now whips the ball in again. Denton's there first, and it's out for an Avenue corner on the far side. Fielding now will deliver right-footed in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's drilled in by Hopper, left-footed and way over the bar, and his more unnatural left foot. The referee allowed the play to continue, and the ball's broken now to Andre Brooks on the left-hand side. First touch for the new man, gives it into Longbottom. Longbottom crosses from deep towards Church, and Church hedges it over the bar. It's played in long towards Omateo, and it's going to go all the way through to Sykes Kenworthy. Sykes Kenworthy at least a point here today. Ponticelli brings it down and gives it to Jones and back to Ponticelli. Ponticelli does manage to dig out a cross, and it's Omateo with the header for Kings Lynn at the back post, some 5 yards out, and it does hit the top corner of the net for Kings Lynn. It'd be deserved for Avenue. They've not been second best today. It's played into the box and cleared away by Denton towards the edge of the Kings Lynn box. Andre Brooks just gets shrugged off by Barrett. But Andre Brooks gets the second stab at it, brings the ball down, gives it to Richmond, who Richmond looks to dig a crossing, and gives it to Hopper. Hopper to Spencer! And unlucky for Avenue. Spencer, some 20 yards out, struck the ball extremely well. And with it quickly. Good delivery in towards the 6-yard box. Mateo there again with the big header, making the most of his aerial presence. Spencer now on the edge of the box, plays it in towards the penalty spot. It's cleared away by Kings Lynn. Spencer brings it down, cuts inside. Good touch by the midfielder. Poor delivery, unfortunately, for Avenue, and it is cleared away now more successfully by Kings Lynn. A Dunstan left with no option but to deal with that under pressure by Walker and out for a throw-in. Sykes Kenworthy is far right. Sykes Kenworthy goes long quick in towards Brooks. Brooks against Coulson, really no contest there as Kings Lynn get the ball away. Kings Lynn at the moment just happy to shank the ball anywhere away from their own box. A Dunstan will look to loft it in. Blythe backs into his man. Blythe brings it down. Blythe! And it's blocked by the Kings Lynn defence. It's scrappy. Blythe looks to get away a shot again. And again it's dealt with by Kings Lynn. Towards the danger area. Barrett, Jinx, left-footed, struck well. And it's going to break for Scott. Scott's going to do nothing with it here but take it towards the corner flag. And that is the end of the game after 4 minutes of added time. A lot of Park Avenue heads slump. Certainly Avenue will be very happy with their guile and determination, the work rate. First game of the season, plenty of opportunities to put right, but unfortunately for Avenue, it is a failure of a start in a 1-0 defeat at the hands of recently relegated Kings Lynn. Finish here at the Horsfall Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue 0, Kings Lynn 1. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope to see you all again soon.